It's Market Day Report. Glad you're with us. Dow last check trading up 143 points. NASDAQ up 25 and a 12-point gain for the S&P. And crude has been lower, trying to break out of a slump of 5 of the last 6 weeks closing lower, and we'll talk more about that later. First off, let's talk corn. And in Chicago, the market this morning is trading higher, up 4.5 on the old crop, 375, just 2 ticks off the day's high. The December, 396.5, it's up 4 cents and 1 tick off the day's high. What about soybeans? Will they follow? September, 944.5, it's 5 3/4 cents higher. And the November, 965.5, up 8 3/4. And what about wheat? Will we see movement higher today? Well, Chicago is in the red. September at 528 3/4, down a penny and a quarter, actually trading within, 4 cents of the day's high. And July at 587 1/4, it's down 1 3/4 cents. We'll get the same contracts for hard red, which are moving higher. September at 543.5, up 3 3/4. July, 581, that's 3/4 cent higher. Finally, spring wheat, Minneapolis down 1 3/4 cents on the September, 591.5, and December, 607.5. Make that 607 3/4 on our live quotes, down a penny and a quarter. Cotton market in New York has been higher, was higher in overnight action, and it's extending it into the day. December, 69.09, up 185. Okay, let's go see Ben Hushon. Ben is with the mill, and Ben, soybeans, tell us about them.
Good morning, Tony. Really, the thought today is how the mind thought of the farmers have had to change in our community. We went through 6-8 weeks of very dry, very hot weather. And then we had remnants from the hurricane came through here just over a week ago, about 7-8 days ago, brought us 2 to 3, 4, 5 inches of rain, depending on where they were. Had another very nice inch of rain last night. But those storms, think about it, they're southern storms. And what happens with southern storms? We get disease, for the viewers, disease brought into our community, and that's what we're starting to see. You step out into a field today, and the change in the last 10 days has gone from, will the beans survive? How do I hold pods on from aborting through all the heat and lack of lack of rain, to where now our concerns, we're finding bean leaf beetle, walk into these fields, you can see damage, you can see disease, and all of a sudden you go, well, we got a chance. It's only slightly past the middle of August, and we have a chance of having a pretty good result out of this crop, especially in our community. Think back, we harvested our wheat early because of all the warm weather. So we have a really strong looking stand of double crop soybeans. Most of the time in our area, we tend to plant the double crop soybeans and just see what happens, keep them weed free. This year, I think we have a chance of those crop that full season is not going to be a top yielder, but I think the double crop beans are going to be the ones that farmers seem like they're really paying attention to and looking at maybe adding a little foliar fertilizer, et cetera. So big change in how we're looking at the crop today versus 10 days ago.
And I'm noticing a little bit of wind. Is it, when we notice wind in Maryland, that's not 80-mile-per-hour winds, but what, 25?
Today, honestly, it's just a beautiful day. It's probably 5 to 10 mile an hour out here, pretty slow. And even like the hurricane that came through, called for up to 80 mile an hour last weekend, and we ended up in that 35 to 50 range. So pretty fortunate. Anything above 20 is not typical in this area unless there's a front coming through.
Well, thanks for the update and letting us know about some of the challenges that you get with that additional moisture that comes from the south. Ben Hushon is with the mill in Whitehall, Maryland. How about we come back? We'll talk livestock futures as Market Day Report continues after this.